The Smolov squat routine, or the Smolov squat program, is what this video is about today. And I'm going to break everything down into what Smolov is, basically, why I'm doing Smolov, and give you some tips on how to get through the actual program if you plan on running it yourself. So let's get right into it. Basically, what is happening in the current clip you are watching is the Smolov Introductory Cycle. Now, the whole program is broken down into 5 sections. So the first one is the Introductory Cycle, which you're seeing currently. And then it moves on to the base phase, which you will be squatting 4 times a week. And then it moves on to a switching phase and then an intense phase, which we will get to later on. So what is Smolov exactly? Well, Smolov is a program created by a Russian named Sergei Smolov, and it is very brutal, and it is a powerlifting based program. So the whole purpose of this program is to make rapid strength gains in the shortest amount of time possible, but it is only for the squat specifically. So during this time, I was not deadlifting at all. I was benching very little, but not enough to tax my CNS. And if you want to run this program, you have to be very disciplined and you have to be on your shit 24/7. So a lot of people don't get through this program because of the intensity and because maybe they get bored of it. It's very monotonous. But the main reason why I ran this program myself was because my squat was lagging behind my deadlift, and because physically I'm just more hamstring dominant and I can make rapid deadlift gains without being on a program. And also I felt as if this program would be the quickest way for me to hit my 4-plate squat goal by the end of the year. What you're seeing now is the base phase of the program. So the base phase is when you're going to be squatting the most, which is 4 times a week, as you could see in the bottom right corner. And it's broken down into rep ranges. So on Mondays, you will be doing sets with 9, and then slowly move on to lower rep ranges with a higher weight. And then in the coming weeks, they will continuously raise the weight. Now, this may intimidate you a little bit, but if you run the program as it should be and you squat every single day that you're supposed to squat, then it will actually be easier for you to finish off the program. Because if your nervous system is already primed and you've been squatting for 4 times a week, then it's going to be used to squatting 4 times a week. If you squat 2 times a week and then you get lazy and go off the program and then squat maybe 5 days later, it's going to be intensely difficult for you to get back to the amount of work that you were putting in before. That's the reason why a lot of people don't finish this program, is because if they go off of it for even a little bit, which I have done in the intense phase, and you'll see later on how much more difficult it is for me to complete the reps after I left for my trip as opposed to before. Now, listening to me talk, you probably are very discouraged to even try this program, so I'm going to give you a bunch of tips that help me get through it, and also the pros that you will get out of the program if you complete it. So first things first, you need to make sure that your squat form is on point. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that have a stronger squat than me, that will run this program and make insane squat gains. And there's also a lot of people that maybe have a 225, 315 squat and want to try it out. But I am 6'4", 220 to 225 pounds. So being super tall is kind of a crutch for me. But if I had time for excuses, then I wouldn't be running this program. So I am pretty bulky right now. I may not look like it, but 220 is bulky for me. When I was shredded, I was around 210. So if I lost like 15 pounds, I probably wouldn't be able to complete this program. So number 2 is you need to be in a caloric surplus. You need to be eating a shit ton of food all the time. At least enough calories to give your body energy for these sessions. For some people, this will be easier. For some people, this part will be harder, like the hard gainers who are naturally just always skinny. For me, I'm kind of skinny fat, so it's easy for me to gain weight and lose weight kind of equally. Okay, number 3 is you need to be taking creatine monohydrate. If you don't know what creatine is, it is a supplement which helps aid in the production of ATP or energy. So what creatine does is basically allows you to complete more work, complete more sets, and overall just reduces how fast you get fatigued or tired. So that's definitely an essential part of completing anything like difficult, any hard program that involves a lot of volume. Alright, so number 4 is you need to be stretching after every workout. Notice how I say not before, because actually stretching loosens up your muscles and you want to keep your muscles nice and tight. So a better thing to do before your workouts is to go grab a foam roller and just roll out your quads, your hamstrings, your ass cheeks, and then go jump on that hip flexor machine and do a couple reps of that, do a couple calf raises, and that'll just get your blood flowing into your legs and have you primed for the session for the day. I guess the 5th thing, or another thing that I was doing, was taking hot cold showers. So I watched a Larry Wheels video he did with Thor Bjorkson, one of the world's strongest men, or the world's strongest man, and he was doing a hot cold baths. So I did a variation of this, which is basically just hot cold showers. You run the hot water on all your muscles, and then after that you switch it to the cold, and then just let that run on everything. Basically what this does is reduces inflammation and helps you recover faster. A lot of people won't want to do this, but it definitely helped me get through all these sessions. So yeah. While I'm still on the topic of inflammation reduction, I think it is good to take fish oil or be eating some type of fish, because this will help reduce inflammation as well. Also, I was eating at least 1 banana a day, and this will help you get your potassium intake in and reduce chances of cramping. Like when you think about monkeys eating mad bananas, like they be swinging from vines, they stay nimble, keep agile. This may just be bro science, but it was something I was thinking about and kind of made sense. So forget I even said that. I'm going to keep it in the video though. Alright, so at this point right here, I'm almost done with the base phase and getting ready to go for my first PR, which is coming up right about now. So as you can see, I went for 390, which was a 25-pound PR. And I got that fairly easy, so I was like, hey, fuck it, like, let me go for 405 and see what happens. So I went for 405, and I knew it would make the rest of the program insanely difficult because that's the PR I would have to use. But I grinded it out, and we managed to get it. So I was very happy that I was able to hit that after the base phase, actually, because that was my goal for the end of the year. But I kind of lost a little bit of motivation after that because that was my goal. But I was like, I already recorded so much, I might as well just get through the entire program at this point. So as you saw in the last couple clips, was basically my version of the switching phase, which was supposed to be like kind of specific workouts to increase your squat, such as power cleans and the box squat. But I haven't ever done a power clean in my life, so I was kind of like, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna just deadlift and bench because I kind of miss those movements. So that's what I did, and then I hit a 365 single just to keep my squat strength up, and then moved on to the intense phase, which is vastly different from the base phase, because what the base phase is basically a combination of lightweight high reps and heavyweight low reps, and the intense phase is just straight high 90%, 95% of your 1 rep max. And you can kind of understand why I didn't want to go for 405, was because it would just make the program or the rest of the program that much harder. If I did just keep my PR at 390, then the intense phase would be a lot easier. But it's not called the intense phase for nothing, so you might as well make it a little more difficult and make a little more gains as well. The intense phase is no joke. By this point, depending on the PR that you hit at the end of the base phase, you will be repping your PR at the start of this program for reps by the end of it. So it may seem a little bit impossible, but trust me, it is very possible with a lot of work, a lot of effort, and you will fail. I failed many times during this phase, but basically what I tried to do was, as opposed to quitting after I maybe had to do 3 reps with 385 for the day, and then I only got 2 and then failed the third one, I would just simply try to get done the total amount of reps, since I knew it was going to be very difficult considering that I went for that 405. And around this time, I was feeling really good about my strength and the progress that my physique was making as well. And that is another one of the pros of doing this program. A lot of people just do it for the strength, but I'm 2.5 years into my training, and I'm still kind of milking those newbie gains for all they're worth. And the intensity of this training mixed with that is just kind of made massive improvements in my physique. And it's not really as if I got much bigger. I kind of stayed the same size, but proportionally, I'm just trying to build that V-taper, trying to improve my definition, and it's been working out really well. And a common misconception that people have against squatting is that it will increase the size of your waist, and that's just simply not true. Waist size is genetic. It's just an illusion of being larger up top or have larger legs that will make your waist look smaller. So as I get to the final sessions, this is the point where I left for my trip, and my strength was at its peak. So I'm just going to play a little motivational clip for you guys right now that tied together with my last sessions.
In the gym, achieve failure. In the gym, achieve failure. But when you're uncomfortable is when you grow. When you're in the gym and it hurts and you don't feel strong, that's when you grow. I mean, there are many times where I looked at myself and said, do I really have what it takes? I mean, I was always wondering if I should keep going. And the answer was always, I have to. I have to. I got to get up. I got to keep moving forward no matter what.
Yeah, good. Come on.
I always believe in training hard. Real stupid, brutal hard. Some people believe that training to failure is when they want to stop. It's not when you want to stop. I made a self-promise to when I was a little kid. I promised myself that I would never leave the gym a loser. I learned about life in the gym. Everything I know about life, I learned at the squat rack. I learned how to fail in the gym. I learned how to fail and fall on my face many, many times that you never read about. And I keep getting up. People say, yeah, you were lucky. But luck is when preparation meets opportunity. I mean, I trained for years and years and years and years. I didn't like squatting at all, to tell you the truth. It's scary. Your hands sweat, you get nervous, and you get kind of anxious. But I'm addicted to the feeling afterwards. After a squat workout, doing 500, 400 pounds for reps, your life passes in front of your eyes and you succeed. It's like, life is great. The sky is blue, the grass is green, and life is absolutely wonderful. I'm in a great mood for a week later. There's nothing you can't do. Nothing you can't do in this gym if you really want to. Nothing you can't do in this gym if you really want to. There's nothing you can't do out there if you really want to. If you really want to. If it's like breathing to you, you'll find a way to get it done. That's what I put into what I do. I don't just squat for reps and I can do 10. If I have 50 in me, by God, I'm gonna do 50.
Promised yourself. You fucking promised yourself you'd be the best fucking person you can be. That is what makes you train. That is what makes muscles grow. Nobody fucking knows the secret. That is it. And that feeling like you have